She's not wasting any time. She's not wasting any time this week. We could start.
Yes, we can. Because Angie's in the house. Okay, so this week, we're going to continue our conversation briefly from last week, where we talked about, sorry, that's my fault. Give me 1 second here. I apologize for the technical glitch here. Forgot to turn my phone down.
I've been there, done that last week.
Yep. It's on Do Not Disturb. So I figured, there's no sound, but nope. Okay. So we're going to continue our conversation from last week when we were talking about our experience with trying to get our sales up, because for the last probably 4, 5, maybe 6 months, our sales have steadily declined. And it's been like a perplexing sort of situation. We can't figure out what we're doing wrong. So we were advised by an eBay growth advisor to add best offer to all our listings, which we were hesitant to do. But you know what? At this point, I was willing to try anything. So he also recommended that we utilize the coupon feature, which we discussed last week a little bit. So we're going to share with you our experience from that time and show you what's, happened on our end. So I'm going to share real quick, a little, can everybody see that? Okay, good. Can I make that bigger? It's as big as it goes, right? Can you see it?
So. Yeah.
Okay. So this is it's a screenshot of our daily sales sheet, literally Google sheet that I update every day, because we have the 2 accounts, and this is just the easiest way to do it, to have like a cumulative snapshot of what our accounts are doing. So basically every day I go in and say how many transactions we have, how much sales on each of our accounts. So as you can see, I started the best offer and the coupon on the 2nd. And I have had pretty steady sales since then. As you can see, I'm almost outpacing Dave's account by 2 to 1. But around, I think it was the 5th or the 6th, right around here, he decided to add his best offer to his account too. And you can see from there, he has steadily gone up as well. It took a little bit of time for him to catch up, because I think the only difference is that he doesn't have the coupon on his account. So even though I don't think anybody's actually taken advantage of the coupon, because I have a buy 2 get 1 15% off. It doesn't matter, because I think it just is enough differentiation between our account and other accounts, perhaps, to draw the person looking for something to our listing versus others. So I just wanted to share that. It's very interesting. So far, halfway through the month, we haven't had these average daily sales in, I can't tell you how many months that they've been this high. I mean, this is kind of low for our normal, but it's really high for the last couple months. So Dave, did you have any questions before I take this off?
No, but all I know is that, as we shared last week, I did best offer on everything on my account. And I was surprised, because I wasn't being bombarded with the super low ball offers that we had become accustomed to 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that right. disappeared. And I was happy, because, and I was posting on some Instagram stories, like, hey, get your best offer on your account on all your listings, even if it's a little bit of a pain in the neck and like a suck of your time to have to answer to them. Mm-hmm. Because like I had a pair I shared on Instagram, a pair of vintage Ray-Bans. They're the Bausch & Lomb vintage Ray-Bans, probably from the late 70s ish. Mm-hmm. And we had them listed for, check this out, since almost like a year and a half.
Wow.
And it was, I know, but we were asking $199 or something like that.
Okay.
It was one of those where the comps were there, and it's like, yeah, it could be long tail, no big deal. That's fine. Mm-hmm. We put best offer, and within a week, somebody offered $180 on that.
So it makes you wonder if that would have not happened if the best offer wasn't actually on the listing. They may not have found our listing, because they may have been searching for listings that have best offer on them. Mm-hmm. So it just makes you wonder. I mean, I have found that sometimes it can be, I want to say annoying, but it's like, oh, I've got an, oh, I can't complain because it's resulting in sales, right? I
Oh, then
can't
take it.
complain because I know it's resulting in sales because I'm basically the master. I mean, I'm just deciding whether I get a sale or not because either I'm going to accept it and then most likely, hopefully they'll pay.
Mhm,
um,
mhm.
or I will counter. And if I counter reasonably, now I'm not like a jerk or like I'm not like
Yeah.
highballing it, usually they respond in kind and they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, if somebody's like really far away and they're like kind of undercutting me a little bit, I'll say, you know what, this is the lowest I can go to your location because I
Mhm.
have to pay for the shipping on it, or whatever. So I don't know. I do find it sometimes it's a little bit like, I have another thing to do, deal with these offers. But
Yeah.
when I'm but dealing with the offers is creating sales. And I have to tell you, and this is what I'm going to show you too. I'm going to share my screen. I want to share a different screen, which I think is fascinating. Bear with me here. Let's stop. Okay, I'm going to share uh, our actual eBay. Um, here it goes. Our actual. Oh, sorry, I can't see it. There it is. Okay. Um, this is my account that I manage. So this is the performance tab on eBay, which if you've never gone here, definitely check this out. Really cool stuff. What I've done is I've selected about a month. It was about 3 weeks ago, almost a month back. So we can see, and it tells you for this time frame what our total sales were, how many we sold. It actually gives you your ASP for that time frame, which they never used to, which was awesome. Um, and so going down here, it just gives you all this information. But what I want to show you is it gives you this graph of, and I think I showed you this last week, but I just wanted to show you the interesting thing about my last month. This is all the sales, and you can make this so that you can just do the sales if you don't want to look at shipping and handling and all that. So this is just pure sales, right? So you can see as of November, this is when this is the first, the second is when I added best offer and did the coupon. So you can like from here
Oh, look
over,
at that.
I mean, look at the sales,
Yeah.
heights from before. I mean, that's just crazy, right? And so then what's even more interesting is you can look and say, well, how much of these sales have been from promoted listings? And it tells you 60% of our sales of these sales have been for promoted listings. And then on this one, it shows you how many of were from offers. Now, this number is a little low because I have included a whole month. So prior to having, and look at this, best offer sales are in orange. Like I didn't have them on here before. Look at that. Like, I mean, I'm still making organic sales. It's not like they're all from best offer, but all this orange is just pumping up all this, blue, where before there was nothing. So anyway,
It's
I
yeah.
wanted to share that and thought that was
It's
kind of interesting.
yeah. It's all about the mindset. You and I had always gone back and forth about the margin versus the sale. And
Hmm.
at times I'm like, don't worry about the margin. We need the cash flow. That's huge because whether you made 15% net margin after all fees or 25, does it
Hmm.
really matter? But at that, getting that cash matters. So Angie, mentioned looks like it's helped driving traffic up.
I think
Definitely.
so. I agree with that.
Yeah. She also feels like customers want to feel like they have a deal. I always try to give an offer when I buy, but many times I'm just ignored.
That happened
But
to me
other times
actually. Yeah.
she saves money.
Right. I don't, it's funny. I don't really often make offers on eBay. I just buy it. I need it, it's because I want it fast. I want to wait for them to respond. What?
Because I'm just the opposite. I'm like, oh,
That's funny.
I,
Well, as you know, I was in the market for a new microphone.
oh,
As
you don't want to pick it up and
It is
yeah,
a
there we go.
sexy microphone. I have to tell you, I have to admit, very sexy microphone here. Anyway, I was in the market for a new one because you have the Blue Yeti, and I didn't have one that was working. So I actually found an older model. Sure, I think it would have been fine. I don't know what year it was, but I made an offer for it. The guy never responded. He never even like replied or anything, but I could tell that he wasn't like a
I
serious seller. He
oh.
only had sold like 3 things in the whole year. He had like 4 things for sale, and so I'm like, should I even have made that offer? But you know what? He missed out because I was willing to, buy from him, but he didn't respond. And I went and bought it
Yep.
new.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yes, it
It's so,
is.
so sexy. We have to keep it off screen.
Yeah, well, yeah. Normally it's he normally comes up to here and you would block my
Yeah.
face.
You don't want to be like,
So,
I don't want to
no.
mess with my mic.
So,
Wow,
so anyway.
a lot of people chiming in.
Mhm.
So the other night, I think it was Friday night, I was Christmas shopping at 2:30 in the morning on eBay.
Mhm.
You were snoring a little bit, by the way. But okay. So I'm just like, all right, because honestly, that's all that. Okay, good. I could shop, whatever. She's snoring. So I was just like Angie. I kind of wanted to mess around. Like it's rare that I'm a buyer on eBay, but when I do, I'm like, oh, let me put a different hat on. Let me see how this feels.
Mhm.
And I think that red coupon thing may have a not subliminal, but
Yeah.
it must do something because I'm like, that looks cool. They're willing to do something more. Like they put a little bit more effort into it. Like they're
Right.
like,
It just
they,
draws your eye
yeah,
to it,
and
I
they're
think.
energized to make a sale.
Right.
So but to be honest, I went to that site and I'm like, how do you figure out this coupon thing on my phone? I was overwhelmed, man. Like I
Oh.
went to the listing and it's like, how other pictures pop up and I'm like, I wanted to bundle things in this person's store and
Sure.
try to get and I think what we talked about last week is it was showing other ads from other people's
Well,
thing.
yeah,
So
they do that.
I was like,
Well,
man, just keep it simple,
so you
please.
couldn't take advantage of their coupon that they had?
I don't remember, but I did find something where it's a or best offer, and it was I'm a big spender. Christmas present person. This thing was $26, and I offered $26 plus $10 shipping.
Okay.
And this is me, I'm a thrifter reseller. I'm cheap, right? I'm like, you know what? And it was multi-quantity, like he had multiples. I knew like it was a buyout type of deal
Yeah.
because it was new.
Mhm.
I gotta stop. I might actually slip and say what it is.
Was it for
So
me?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I
we don't
can't
have to
believe I'm
talk about
sharing this.
we don't have to
But
talk about
you
that.
know what? No, let me lie and say it was for something else, right? So I offered 18. I put, I just said, let me see how this goes. Submitted the offer for 18, woke up in the morning, accepted, right? I'm like, that's what it's about. Like what Angie said, it's like
Yes.
everybody wants a deal. And
Right.
but it like I don't know if that person didn't have best offer, I could have just gone to another one. It
Right.
got
You're
me
right.
to
Exactly.
yeah.
What she said was everybody wants to have a good deal. So I basically I will look at them and, I will, if I want to counter, I'll just say, you know what? I can meet you in the middle, especially if it's been listed for
Mhm,
a while. If it hasn't been listed for a while, I basically say, no, sorry, I really can't, go down too much. So
mhm. And Robin shared that she had good growth using offers and coupons. I believe it.
I believe it. I mean, it's more work, but you know what? At this point, I think the days of just,
Yeah.
listing and sitting back and expecting people to buy your stuff are kind of over. At least they were for us.
And we don't know why that is, but they
Yeah.
are. Angie said recently, I bought the fancy satellite dog fence. Did you buy it from us? Because that's what we said. But we said, was yours new or used? Pre-owned, I should say. I made several offers to sellers. It took several attempts. Then I got a great deal buying one on auction.
Auction.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
7 days or
Right.
less,
If you want to
definitely
wait.
smart.
Yeah.
I get it for 65% less, as we found out. Um, and then she says, they can always counter offer, so I don't mind offering less. I usually
Hmm.
try to put 30. Yep, makes sense.
You never, he does, he can't, I mean, it can't hurt to ask. And on the flip side, that you're getting people who are willing to buy your stuff. Like you have them on the hook. You just have to reel them in. So
Right.
that's the difference between, the offers coming in kind of regularly versus not at
Mhm.
all.
All right. So I was going to bring up my phone. I already have two pending offers. I was going to save them and show them, but you guys couldn't even see it on my phone. It's all right. But I'm getting, let's just say, an offer every 3 hours, throughout the day. I can't even do the math. It's decent.
Yeah.
Can't even do the math or whatever, but you get it. It's 8 a day. Um, so, and I like that. It's cool. It keeps me kind of like upbeat a little bit. So the one worse one that came through was I was selling on my account. It was a rainbow, like a tube, for vacuum thing,
Part.
like part. It was a part, and that's
Yeah.
what we do with rainbow vacuums. We part them out. We don't try to sell them complete, and we do
Right.
pretty well. I think I was
Mhm.
asking $28 plus $12 shipping. Guy's
Okay.
offer was if you could give me within $5 of what he offered,
Oh,
the
you want to
initial
ask
offer.
me? You're asking
Yeah,
me what he
take a guess.
offered?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 12.
5.
Oh my
He
gosh.
I know. So he offered 5.
I think some people just do that to see how low can you go? Like where they're just testing the waters. They throw a low ball and they're going to say, well, are they going to just decline outright because they're insulted? Are they going to respond something reasonable? He's got nothing to lose by sending you that offer.
Except me just declining it, and then he
It,
creeps up another dollar, another $2. Eventually, I accepted it today at 19.
huh,
I'm like, "You know what, man?
really?
You know what?
Was it
Let's go to California."
2872?
I have no idea. No, those things sell. I
Oh,
processed it. So, Angie was saying she prefers buying new. I agree. It's hard to get hold of other resellers accountable. I wanted to know it was new. Uh, yeah, and I totally get it. I mean, I don't really buy pre-owned stuff on eBay
really?
unless I don't
You just buy
unless
the
it's
pre-owned stuff from the bins.
yeah, that I'm fine with. But it's yeah, and Tommy, hello, thanks for hopping on. I agree, but it counts as activity.
And
Yes,
that's true.
more activity equals more visibility.
And that is true.
Yeah,
For those who believe in an algorithm, what was the final results of that poll?
if you want to see, it's going to disappear. Everyone said, yeah,
Yeah.
it's for real.
Oh, yeah.
I did a poll on our Instagram. Just it's gone, but I just said, hey, algorithm, and it showed Al Gore like going like this algorithm. I thought that was hilarious. I cracked myself up, and I put a poll. I said, is there such thing as an algorithm? Yes, it definitely exists, or no, it's bogus like Bigfoot. And the majority, it was close. Believe it was like 65. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was like 55-45, I think.
Hmm.
It's closer to some people don't want to believe it. If so, it's a sloppy algorithm.
I just think it's always changing. I don't think it's
Yeah.
sloppy. I think it's always changing. eBay's always messing with it, and you never can dial it in. The only thing you can be certain of when it comes to eBay is the activity. eBay
Yeah.
likes active accounts, period. End of story. So Tom is correct that, it just, and I do, my personal feeling is there's a hierarchy of activity. Certain activity
Mm-hmm.
yields better it's higher in the algorithm, but nobody will ever tell you that for sure.
Oh yeah. That's why I won't ever live up in the mountains. I'm scared. Did you see we talked about that mountain lion and the dog? I'm
Oh,
sure
right.
everybody saw that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
If there's a real Bigfoot, I'm definitely not going up there. Staying at a resort, ski resort or beach resort. That was another one I had. Um, so yeah, and so I need to check your store for my satellite dog fence. Let us know. Pet safe. We got it
Those are
all.
those round things.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
one in the
Okay.
oven. I just got one
I know.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're
Ah,
happy. I mean, we're happy that we at least know we might have another year on eBay. Yay! It's not gonna go dead up, go die on us.
it
But
just,
look at those numbers.
you just have to try. I mean, you have to work. I mean, you know what's interesting though? There's gonna be somebody, a seller out there, like, but I always have best offer on. I do this. I do. They do
Yeah.
everything eBay has suggested that they do, and their sales still aren't, going that great. So it's like, well, what do you to say to them? That's why if anybody, honestly, if anybody really is struggling with their sales and they would like to speak to the growth advising department, I don't really know what it's called. They're growth advisors at eBay. You have to be referred. So DM us on Instagram. Let us know. I have to give them your name and your eBay account name, and I can refer you over to them, and they will give you a call, and they will review your this like an internal report of
Yeah.
your metrics and your sales. They'll go over your listing quality report and tell you certain things that you can do to help your sales. And I mean, if we honestly, I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't. I don't know if we would have thought, oh, let's put
No,
best offer back.
we
Well, let's
wouldn't
do
have.
this coupon.
No.
Probably wouldn't have. So it's been really, really helpful. So I highly recommend that.
That's why last week I said that's why I'm a crustacean.
Crustacean, right? You meant curmudgeon.
No, I know. I said
They sound
curmudgeon, but
yeah, they sound the same.
I went like this. I'm like, I'm a curmudgeon, and I had to put this up. Well, this week I have this up.
Oh my gosh.
I just got it today at the bins. Poopy head, right? All right, there you go. All right. This is what a curmudgeon, this is what an eBay curmudgeon deserves right there. Because I told you, I said, I think I'm teetering on becoming an eBay curmudgeon. Because we never had to do that. Our sales were good. And what did it take? It took somebody at eBay to say, like, you might want to put this on, and look what happened. That's why I said, like, the algorithm, it does always change. Maybe a couple of years ago, it wasn't that important, but now it is for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and like S says, cash money, yo. It's not cash margins, yo. I mean, so let's be real here. We wanted to do it, and we did. So S actually brings up a good point. You want to jump into this?
Yeah, he says he uses the automatic decline offer under a certain amount. And I know a lot of sellers do that. And there's a good reason for a lot of sellers will do that. But we decided not to, because I didn't want to have any sort of, I didn't want to taint the experiment in any way, because then you really can't gauge how it's really going. The one thing I can say about that is, and I was right there with you for so long. Like, if I'm going to use best offer, I don't want to take lowball offers. It's a waste of my time, blah, 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 blah. However, somebody brought up the point that, speaking of the algorithm, the fact that somebody sends you an offer on something, if you don't send it back out and you automatically decline it, it's like dead. eBay doesn't like that. eBay wants you to go back out and throw it out there. So how many times has it happened where somebody sends you an offer and, you send a counter offer, and then all of a sudden somebody buys it for the full price? Actually just happened last night to me. And I was just like, so glad, because, somebody else bought it for full price. I didn't have to take the offer. Happens all the time. And I believe that is because you didn't squash the negotiating process for that item. You threw it back out there. eBay says, "Ooh, activity," rather than "this is dead." So unless you've got, like, I don't know, 4,000 listings on one account, 5,000, you're getting offers left and right, lowball offers.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't recommend that until you get to that point, because you're just shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to that activity level.
Yeah, one person, I don't know if it was on the chat last week or in a DM, says, "Oh, if you have to put best offer and people are offering, it's because you didn't price it right."
Right. I don't think that's all accurate. Exactly. Because we have not priced any of this for best offer. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't say, "Oh, we know we're going to put best offer on this, so we're going to price it higher because we're going to take an offer." No, we priced it just ready to sell. It just didn't.
That's what it was, a DM. That's what he said, I believe, or actually it was a comment on one of our things, but I forget. But he just said, like, best offer, most people are going to raise their price, put best offer to bring it down for what you want. we're not like that. We price it to move. And now thinking about it, now that we have the best offer, it's almost like a safety net. Like, okay, if we overpriced it, at least we have that. So it extends the I call it the life cycle. You want to
Hmm.
answer Angie's question?
She says, I thought best offer was one of the beginner stuff that everybody did. Automatic decline wouldn't allow you to counter offer. Yeah, if you automatically decline, then that negotiation on that for that particular person is done. Like, I guess. Unless can they come back and offer again like later? Or do they have to wait amount of time? I always forget. I don't remember.
So this one sounds like Angie doesn't want to do the math.
I wonder if eBay will allow us in the future to put an automatic percentage counter offer. That would be great, actually. That's interesting. I mean, I know like on the seller initiated offers, which is a little bit this a different
Yeah.
thing than best offer, you can kind of do something like that. Um, but that would actually be, I think that's a good idea.
I
Automatic, like an automatic counter for a percentage down or up, I guess. Yeah.
I'm all conspiracy like that. Oh, that would mean a lot of people are going to snipe and just go out there and like inch up a percentage, and uh, I don't know.
I know some people feel like, having best offer on your items encourages people, like encourages sellers to just accept, like, race for the bottom type thing. But
I would, yeah.
it's your choice whether to, accept it or not.
I would like to read and answer Thomas's question here.
Okay.
eBay's revenue is based on number of transactions. They will try to incentivize sellers to increase transaction because that improves
Clicks
uh,
on their site. He
clicks
continued
on
it
their
down.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think is my answer. Like you would think like eBay wants transactions. They want that. Some people there's speculate. They
They
speculate
want
like
activity. They
yeah.
want the platform to be active. I mean, without us putting stuff on the platform and without people buying them, they have no business at all.
Hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. So, they do truly want their sellers to be successful. I believe that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, it's all we're saying is it worked for us. Now the one difference between our two accounts is
you don't have the coupon on your account, and you're still a little bit like you started about 6 days behind me. So, um maybe we should add do you think we should add the coupon at this point and see if your sales spike even more? Because honestly, I'm very happy with where they are at the moment. If they
yeah,
continue this way, I mean, we would have, a good month, not a great month, much better than it has been. But, you know, I don't know.
so you have coupons on yours and
Hmm.
no one has used them yet,
No, I
correct?
don't think so because you have to buy more than one item.
Yeah, and we just for the history here, we rarely have buyers that buy multiple items from us. It's kind of like one and done type of deal. Occasionally, some people may if they need multiple of the same calculators and stuff like that.
Right.
So we that's an easy way to determine if people are using the coupons. Obviously, when we ship, we're going to see like they bought a mic and they also bought a mug. That's a tip. That's a coupon. If if
Right.
you,
And I think there's a spot on eBay that tells you if you
yeah,
how many sales you've gotten from your coupon.
mhm,
And I guarantee you, if I looked at it right now, it
I'm sure.
probably would say none. Because I don't think,
Yeah, we would know. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just looking.
So we'll do that. Yeah, might as well put it on my account as well. Because maybe like you said last week,
Oh,
it's the red eye candy deal.
actually, I take that back, Dave. We made $180 in that promotion.
How in the world?
I don't
Oh,
know if
maybe you just don't know what's being shipped.
probably not.
I hope.
That's
I hope.
definitely
I hope
true.
our shippers do. So Thomas asks, can you put coupons on a new item that gives a discount on an old item? Yeah.
Interest. That's how could you, on a, well, That's a good question. I would have to look into that because you can pick and choose what your coupons go on. I don't know if there's a way to say if you buy these items, then you get a discount on these items. I'm not sure if that's one of the options because that's pretty complicated. So
I'll have to look into it.
yeah.
Thrift and flip. This is the psychology of pricing. I love this. So, best offer with a good price also could make someone think they better buy before someone else does. I do. And when I miss out, I regret it. That's FOMO right there, fear of missing out. I mean, there's something to that.
Yeah.
Hey, like we shared, we stopped putting best offer 3, maybe 4 years ago because we had thousands on each account. I don't have time for an $8 offer on something I'm asking
And
for.
honestly, we didn't need, I mean, our sales were really
Yeah,
strong.
they
We
were.
didn't need it, honestly.
Mhm.
But back to Tom's question about the old, again, like clearing out older
Mhm.
stuff.
Mm.
I
Oh.
would just choose your older items and put coupons on those. And so it entice people to buy them because they're going to get a better discount.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Along those lines, based on age of listing. So as long as you know how old that item is, now how everyone does it is up to them.
Right.
What we do is we put it in our SKU field along with whoever lists it. They put the date that they made the listing.
Right.
So I was able to know that best offer. I mean, on the Ray-Bans, we were asking 199. Somebody offered 180. I'm going to take it regardless.
Outright. Yeah.
But I was
Totally.
curious. I was like, man, how long have these been around? I saw a ton. It was almost like October 2019 or something.
Oh my
It,
gosh.
it maybe not that, but it was just like, oof. Okay, so nice, right?
Yeah. I mean, it just makes you wonder if you would have gotten that offer otherwise. Probably not. And they would still be sitting there for sale.
It's the day of the Tommies. We have 2 Tommies here.
Oh boy.
Thomas and Thomas goes by Tommy, and Tommy goes by Tommy. Yes, Tommy. That's where it definitely is working. Laurie, we went over the numbers earlier, and yeah, it's going well, and we're pretty happy about it.
I mean, yeah, there is a visible increase in sales since I started it. And Dave's added it to his account and he's seen an increase in sales, not as much as mine, but I have that coupon on my account. So we're thinking now's the time probably to add the coupon on his account to make it even better. But yeah.
So Robin said that I think you can because I can customize the links in my coupons, and then she followed up by saying, also, eBay put a
That's right.
banner. You want to talk about that? They put a
Yeah.
banner that says "See other items on coupon."
Right. So if you have more than one coupon at any given time, eBay will list them all in one spot. I forget exactly where it is on your store, but so they're basically saying, oh, you might be interested in this one, but hey, check out these other options that you have over here. So, if you're not interested in buying 2 things and you've got a coupon that will give you a discount off of just one, then, they'll show that to you. So it's we are not experts in coupons. So I don't want anybody to think that, listen to us because we know everything about coupons. We do not. All I know is the growth advisor said, if you have a coupon on every single item in your store, which is what I did. And just so that you know, it has to be a coupon. It can't be an order discount for this to show up. It will show up as a red, which is very eye-catching, on the listing when people search for it. Now that was what told me that's almost as good as like a promoted listing used to be, with the double, you got 2 or more of them or whatever when they first started doing that. And I thought that's going to make a difference. So, but if you do it as an order discount, you don't get that extra eye candy. So that's why it has to be a coupon. So like I said, we're not experts. I'm sure you could, Google and research and go on YouTube for all sorts of other things, but definitely look into it. eBay makes it so easy to do. It's not hard. The one thing you do need to remember though about coupons, which I forgot to mention last time, was they are stackable with store discounts. So like if you have a store, if you have like all your stuff, or even say you want to get rid of your old stuff and you've put that like on a huge discount for like 30 or 40% off, and then you have a coupon, those can be used together. They're called stacking. So you have to be careful about that. So yeah. Tommy says volume
Yeah.
discounts also appear in the search. Oh, sorry, that's a search
Yeah.
results. Right, but they don't appear when I tried it, because I thought I did a coupon and I didn't. I did an order discount, and it wasn't coming up on the. It comes up on the item, but it wasn't coming up on the search results for me. So I don't know if I did it wrong. But as soon as I changed it to coupons, boom, they were right there. So
Tommy asks, now, can I ask, are you selling items at less than what you would normally take just to move stuff?
on some of them, yes, because they have been around for a long time, and at this point, we are. Okay, the most important number for me when we do our numbers is the number of items we're selling per day. Because our ASP doesn't really change very much. Honestly, it hasn't in years. So if our ASP stays the same, but we're only selling half of what we used to, then obviously our gross sales for the day are in half. So I'm very focused on making sure that number increases. A week and a half ago, our average daily, the number of items we were selling a day between the two accounts was like 8. It's gone up to like almost 15, if I'm not mistaken. It was 14 and something the other day. Right now, it's 1508 right now. It's almost doubled since we started this. I mean, there's no other explanation for that other than it works.
I love this. I love this because this is like calculus, and I'm like, wow, I normally take basic algebra, but I'm enjoying listening to this. That's what the eBay meetups, our meetups are like. It's like, man, you guys really get into the guts, which is fun. It's the what?
You're all eBay
Excuse
nerds.
me, but no.
We love this stuff. This is why it's fun, because we love this. Oh well,
I'm like, I like the reselling and the strategy type of deal, and the relationships. That's why we talked about it. This is like this is wild. This is for a solopreneur to wear the eBay tech cat and be like salesy and charming out in the field, sourcing. It's wild, man. And here I'm afraid to read this comment. I saw Laurie and Dave. Laurie is on the ball, watching carefully. Poor Dave. Numbers. What's funny is I majored in finance and economics. I love numbers. Seriously. I spent 20 years crunching numbers, financial statements. I'm done with that. I'm moving on.
right.
And I'm finally into something that I get a lot of fulfillment from. So
right.
Laurie loves this. What do you say? It's like organizing, right?
It is. I love to organize anything. People, money, numbers, furniture.
Furniture, definitely.
Whatever. I mean,
vacuum cleaners.
I just like to organize events. I mean, anything. I just like to organize. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. It's just, I guess I've always been like that. I don't know. It's just me.
Well, what jumped out is when we got engaged, you spent that entire year planning, and this is before email.
Before the internet.
Before
really.
The World Wide Web. Yeah,
well,
I know.
Before it was really, yeah.
This was like Prodigy, like the dial-up stuff. That wasn't even out. Laurie had a binder this thick by the time we got married, with the fax receipts and all this stuff, and she loved it. And I remember, I didn't know. I was 25 at the time. I didn't know what the heck I was getting into with you. but I was like, you really love this. Like that's why everyone's so special in their own way. You're special, Laura.
Oh, thanks. I loved it so much. Remember, I almost went into wedding planning.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You were so into like this whole.
I almost became a wedding planner.
You almost had like a wedding planning withdrawal.
Yes,
and you wanted to go back into it. Yeah,
I definitely did. That was weird.
You just needed. That's why I was like, man, once again, I don't say man to you, but to myself, I'm like, man, just this is some, I admire qualities like that. Just gotta
enough about me.
Enough about me. Oh, please, you love talking about you. It's all about you. Tommy is late. Yes, Tommy. just to share, Tommy has his own podcast, and it's on YouTube. Saturday and Tuesday nights, and he goes for 2
Wow.
hours.
Twice a week.
Yeah,
Props.
yeah. And Tracy Parks also helps him out. And they do a good job. They, a lot of razzing, a lot of they have like 40, 50, 60 people hopping in, and it's kind of like, hi Andrew, just started my night. You usually come down and work around 7 on non-streaming nights. So that's that. So I'm going to get into, if you don't mind, and just
Switch
jump
gears
in,
here.
switch gears a little bit, because it's not about us. I mean, even though we love sharing the numbers, sometimes it's like, can't do it all the time. So I just wanted to bring up some things that I sourced this week. Now, we're thrifters. Well, at least I am. Like, I'm getting stuff from the bins. I'm getting stuff flea markets, buying from people, scavenging, cannibalizing stuff. There was a turntable. There were 2 turntables and a microphone. Do you know that song? Yeah, I love it.
So from the 90s?
Yes, back.
No.
All right, there were 2 turntables and a microphone, right? And one did not have this toner arm, whatever, along with the cartridge and the stylus. This one I ripped off. I'm like, took it from the bins. Nobody was going to take it. It was so beat up.
And what brand is that?
Where it's at, Beck. Yeah, that's the singer Beck. What brand is this? I don't know the turntable brand, but I'm going to bring up the listing when I share a screen right here for everyone. This is. Here we go. Hopefully this works right here. I'm so bad at this. I need to zoom in. Okay. That's not it. Darn. Goodness gracious. Anyway, it's a Stanton cartridge stylus. Can you?
It's got to be there, right?
Yeah, I got. No, I just
prepped
didn't.
it. Can't see it. I know. I have to look around my ring light every time I want to try to do something on my computer when we're doing this.
So,
so are you saying that the cartridge is different brand than the turntable was?
It is.
Okay.
That's the interesting thing. Even though you may see a turntable that says realistic or Panasonic, the stylus and the cartridge could be worth just as much as the whole thing combined. So this is exact. I just looked this up, Laurie. Can you see that $49.99 plus $5 shipping? That's exactly what I have here. Now, all I have to do is unscrew to get this toner arm out, and I have it complete. And now,
and the needle's there.
And the needle's there. How I check is I just kind of, ooh, that's sharp actually. I kind of like run it on my finger. And so there you go, $50 for something that was just going to be toasted,
Well, that might take a while to sell because, there's only one has sold the last 90 days, right?
Right. Only one has sold. This was just sold. What's today's date? This was
yesterday.
Sold on this was sold
December
yesterday?
12th. Yeah.
Oh, so this was sold yesterday. So I'm not going to bounce around screen to screen and show you how many are listed.
Are there a lot listed?
Might as well. Hold on. Let's see here. We have how many are currently listed?
Says none.
Yeah. So none.
So that's not good. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yep. So that's the fun part about scrapping.
And and that thing is so small. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of room in a bin.
Right.
And it doesn't cost a lot to ship. So
does that fit in a Techniques 1200? I don't think so. But
that's like a question you would get on the listing. Does this fit in this? People ask that stuff, right? How do you know? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. So this is it. Look, rip stuff off. Also, while I'm on that, I got this camera today from someone who said they got it at the bins, they took it home, and it like was the focus wasn't working great, whatever. Like they just said it didn't really look that good. It is a Nikon one, so this lens goes in there. Blah blah. You trust me? Like okay, it's a nice camera. If this is working complete, it's like $120. But
But
so
how can you tell if it's working complete? Is it digital or film?
no, it's digital, and
Oh.
but I got it from JFD, and it's a code word for somebody that we know. It's not bad. It's like he reminds us of somebody else's dad. So Laurie and I have a code for him. So yeah, nice camera, little Nikon J1. Look it up, $120. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell the body and the lens separately. I'm actually going to sell, he had the charger, the body, the charger, it has a battery in there, and going to do that. Also, a little case right here, I'll throw in. Probably going to get 60-ish, maybe 70 just for the body.
But didn't you say there was something wrong with it? He said there was something wrong with it?
Yeah, he could be wrong, but he could be right. But what I'm going to do is I'm diversifying the return risk. So
By separating them.
by separating, yeah.
Right.
And that to me, that's better off. And
Yeah.
just wanted to share with everyone. I'm not making this stuff up here.
It's okay. Just wanted to say hi to Becky. She just joined us. Hi, Becky.
Oh yeah, hey Becky.
What are you bringing? Oh, that was. I did not think that was. I thought that was something else entirely.
Oh, this?
When you brought it up originally, I didn't see that it was a lens. I thought
on the screen.
I don't know, it looked like a crock pot or something.
I know, crock pot or a room humidifier.
Right, something like that.
Big difference. One fits in the palm of my hand, the other, yuck. Right. So this has the cap. This is what to me this is the fun part. This just sold in October. But there's a ton of them that sold.
Yeah. It's like an albino lens. I don't think I've ever seen a white lens like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It looks pretty. It looks like your microphone.
My new microphone.
Sexy.
Oh, it's sexy.
Yeah. But it is a pretty cool looking camera.
Yeah.
Like it looks sleek and it looks whatever. But
generally speaking, those Nikons, they're like one of the brands that sell pretty well used, right? If I remember. Yeah.
Going to bring on another thing now. Little point and shoot I picked up.
The Minolta, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of a Minolta?
Some of them, like I forget, like they could have some value. Not as much as like the Olympus and the Nikon.
Yeah.
Or those other really high-end ones I forget the name of.
Kyocera.
Yeah, that or the other one. Oh, gosh.
Leica.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So this in the bin looks unassuming, right? Like, yeah, whatever.
Because that's a film camera, right?
This is a film camera. No film is in it. I opened it up and no batteries were in it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it over to Unit 4 where we have everything.
Okay.
And what do you think?
You use the test batteries?
The tests.
Yeah, you put the batteries. Now, what kind of batteries does that take exactly?
AA.
Oh, really?
I know. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
which is great.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of these cameras take special batteries, which we have on hand for testing, but they're very expensive to include in the camera themselves. We don't usually include them, but we have to have them on hand for testing. But yeah, AA's, great. That's awesome. So how much does that go for?
If you can name it within $5.
It's mine.
Yeah.
39.
Ooh. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. 39 is fair. See, there's a 49 right here with free shipping.
But it has a case.
it has a case. We have a ton of these extra cases. I just grab anything in the bin that cameras. We could bundle it. I think if you put now, what I would do is tell me your thoughts on this. I want to take out the batteries because you don't want to leave batteries in the camera
Mm-mm.
because they corrode and they could go bad. So I'm going to take the batteries off, put them in a little tiny little Ziploc bag. It looks good. Throw in a case. And
Well,
what do you think
well,
I should
I
ask?
would the price. Well, I would depend on what's for sale right now, because now you're competing against what
I
other people
know
have for sale. That's what I would do. I
that's
would
true. I know.
unclick that and see what other people. How many? There's 7. I mean, we never really want to be the most expensive at any given time if we can avoid it. So I would probably come in like just under the $40. I
Mhm.
would say maybe 37 or so.
Okay, 37, and in the title we'll put bundle. You put
Hmm.
when you add other things, bundle is what
Yeah,
eBay wants you to say. Like if
right.
you put with batteries,
Yeah, they don't
you
like
can
that.
no, they don't.
No.
So bundle. So there you
Yeah.
go. What do you think?
Yeah.
Tested works like a champ.
It's light. It's not going to cost a lot to ship. It's small. It's perfect. I
I,
mean, assuming
yeah,
it works.
but what you just saw right there, 2 items, well, 3. The 2 items that are in our ASP average selling price of $40 to $50 were, this stylus, $49. Definitely going to get that. This 40, and then these 2 things, each broken apart. Cross our fingers they don't get returned, but these, 60-ish. So that's, I think Tommy asked earlier. It's are you guys, dropping your prices, changing your criteria? And we have not. That's the one thing we've really adhered to over the years. We stick with the inventory we know is going to move.
For sale. I think he was asking for like offers, like where we're
Oh,
taking less. I
okay.
think that's what he was asking. But yeah, in that case, some of them we are, but not all.
Yeah.
You know, it really depends. Becky's wanting to know if that was a 35 millimeter. I don't
Um,
know if that
I think this.
Minolta.
Yeah. I mean, no. Good question. It's film.
I think
So
isn't that yeah isn't
I
that
think a third
SLR? Yeah,
SLR. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what that stands for. I
Point and
forget.
shoot. Point and shoot is different than SLR. I think. Right.
I think so. I
We
think
just
that's a
sell.
point and shoot. That's a point and shoot.
Look at this. That's music to my ears. Oh, you don't really always get that.
And does it have an E before you had the bad? Oh, does it have an E on the top of it? You know how
Oh
like there's a um
no,
does it say E?
not this one. Like
Okay,
it
because
would say,
sometimes if there's an E, it just means that there's no film in it. We found that
yeah.
out.
We found out with Olympus, the Epic, the Infinity stylus zooms.
Right.
You put batteries in, and then there's this like flashing E, and everybody
Hmm.
gets spooked. Like, oh my gosh, I can't sell this. Um,
Yeah,
yes, it is. Tommy says it is a 35. SLR is a camera body that uses separate lenses. Oh, okay.
that's SL, separate lens, something or other. We don't know what they mean. We just sell them and hope they don't come back.
Hey,
And if they do, that's
there you
okay.
go. That's no doubt. Um, so, what else? Oh, okay. All right. I showed you my pillows. So now
Guess
I
you're gonna
have,
got a lot of good use out of those for that one.
yeah. Oh boy. Thanks. So I picked up. This is plugged in,
Oh.
and it's illuminated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a gaming mouse. I'm afraid to touch anything. These,
You're. Hey, I'm sorry to tell you. I think you're operating the computer.
with this.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
think
Are you
so.
serious?
Because
Oh
Becky's
yeah, you're
comment
right.
was coming up and going back down. It
Oh
looked like
gosh.
by itself.
No wonder why. That's so weird because I plugged this into my little thing, the thing right there, and it said I had to reprogram my keyboard. All right, so technology.
That's why he's not the tech person.
Whew. Um, so this is a gaming mouse, keypad,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Those
and
usually go for a pretty penny. What brand is that one?
this is a razor. I'm going to
Mm.
bring that up. And yeah, it's pretty amazing what these things are. Um, so this is another 40, with shipping all in,
Right.
this is another
Hmm.
47, $48
Right.
thing. Now, these that you see there are plugged in, illuminated.
Hmm.
And so this same thing. So I love that kind of stuff that just like floats around in the bottom of the bins, looks like kind of junk, or you could get them at a garage sale for $5.
Hmm.
But based on the volume that you and I do, we need people to find this stuff for us. If we're going to be at our peak last year, we sold 10,000 unique items just like this.
Hmm.
Okay, we need people to do that for us. So that took a while to groom them, and so it worked out well. Uh,
Right.
let's see. Um,
Yeah, Tommy knows exactly what that was. He says it's a Razor Nostromo. And he
yeah,
has one. So I don't know if I didn't see Nostromo on there, but it definitely looked like it was a Tartarus or something like
tart
that.
Tartarus, yeah,
Tartarus.
Tartarus or something like
Oh,
that.
he said they renamed them to that.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what we sell. That's our bread and butter.
So Becky wants to know if we find Polaroids. Yes, we do. We do, but sometimes, I mean, it's weird. Sometimes Polaroids can be pretty good. Sometimes they are not. It really depends on the brand, the model, I think, right?
I would say if you're going to grab any Polaroid nowadays, I would grab the ones that they call it the rainbow. Like it's like a white facade. It's kind of like a brown or black body, but a white, and it has like the Polaroid like rainbow stripe going down the middle.
Hmm.
Those 30-ish, but most of them are not that good. We were
Right.
picking them up like crazy
Right.
a couple of years ago,
They've really come
thinking
down in price.
they really have. And there's if you want the name of this company that buys them, it's like Cream City Cameras or something like that, or Retrospec.
Yes.
Retrospec. In,
Retrospec.
yes, they're in Wisconsin, and
Yes.
they're
They'll
okay.
they'll pay like $27 for them, but they
At
will gobble them up.
They will. But what the best thing to do, in my opinion, is if you have a bunch of Polaroids, I would lot them up.
Yep.
according to yeah, he knows.
He knows.
According to type, the model.
Right. Yeah.
And they actually on their site, if you reach out to them, they'll tell you exactly which ones they're looking for too. So
Right.
I stopped buying them. I just was like, they weigh a little too much. They're a little clunky, and
Right. And a lot of them came back because people were wanting to use them and they weren't working. So
yeah, yep. Um, so yeah, but everyone, as we are nearing the end of the hour, thanks for
yes, we
popping
are.
in. Um, we definitely will continue sharing what's going on with our accounts where we do mini hauls. We have guests on, and we're enjoying this. We definitely. I mean, the lives are kind of interesting because it's like, oh my gosh, how many people? 7 people. Oh, okay. Um, but we're really doing this for content for eBliss, and just so people could see like, who is eBliss? What are they like? Do they know anything about reselling? Because people, we
Right.
were told, and it makes sense. People like to do business with people. They don't want to do business with a company or just the name of a company. So we're full-time resellers, and we have a good time. Holiday party special next week. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, it is the week of Christmas next week, huh?
What are we supposed to do? Get dressed up in
I don't know.
costumes and stuff?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is all about the party. And thanks, Becky, for showing in. It was fun. Loved it. Great insight. Great insight. And yeah, thank you so much. So we appreciate everybody hopping in, chiming in, and follow, especially Tommy Bernhard, his podcast on YouTube. Definitely entertaining and enlightening.
Yeah.
The Office Christmas Party.
Hmm. Which one?
Yeah, we're office junkies.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
well, this was fun.
take
Until
care,
next week.
everybody.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thanks
Talk
again.
to you
We'll see you
then.
later.